Hello and welcome to another MCO market update on XRP. The price is still holding above our support box. You can see here on the 4-day chart that the market has formed potentially, that's at least my interpretation, a three-wave move up from last year's low in June or early July it was. So we formed the three-wave move up from that larger degree fourth wave low. Therefore, the current thesis is we're working our way higher in a five-wave pattern, with potentially one more high that could take us into the $5.60 region. Yeah, one more high. And that would be in a fifth wave, in an internal fifth wave. And then from there, where we would potentially complete really a larger degree top, a larger bear market could start. At least that is the current idea. Might change that idea at some point, that thesis, but for now that seems to be the working count, which is working at the moment as well. Support is still holding. Pullback is corrective in nature, which means we have a lot of overlapping and messy price action. And movements to the downside are fairly slow as well. And overlapping, just overlapping price action, not very clean price action, kind of chaotic. But on the larger time frame, when we zoom out, then we see it looks like you could even say a bullish flag. When you zoom in, it can appear quite chaotic. On the larger time frame, seems to be an impulsive move up, with currently a fourth wave, just as a holding pattern, just as a corrective pattern, just a pullback. Now let's take a look at the smaller time frame for XRP. Has anything changed? Do we have any changes? Do we need to make any changes? Here, quick reminder, the move up from the 7th of April low is not very impressive. So XRP doesn't really seem to be ready to join the others, the other coins in larger rallies. We do have a bit of a rally from the low, and don't get me wrong, the low was formed at around 160. We're now at $2.19, but there hasn't been a five-wave move up, and it's certainly not impulsive to the upside. So, I am tracking from a bullish point of view this blue scenario, in which the price might go a little bit higher and complete here a five-wave move. But honestly, I'm quite skeptical. This is not a high probability scenario. And this chart hasn't really been very clear in the last couple of weeks. There are levels we are watching, but it's just moving sideways. And I told you that it's not very desirable at the moment, or it's not very clear. So therefore, I did put a little bit less emphasis on XRP in the last couple of weeks, because there was just not much going on and there wasn't really any clear edge. I still gave you levels and everything, but I told you probabilities were unclear. And I think the market kind of knew that. The market makes those decisions and prices. And when we can identify unclear probabilities, it might mean that the market will be in a holding pattern for a while. In the same time, other coins that had reached really important pivots like SUI, FET, they have moved up quite substantially. Link even, but XRP is just moving sideways. Now, all I can do at this point is to highlight that there is a risk for further downside, maybe another test of support between $1.82 and $2.02. As long as we're holding that, the blue scenario here remains a plausible scenario, and it could morph into a five-wave move up. That's what I'm tracking here as a potential diagonal structure. Could we go higher more directly? Yeah, it would then mean that this B wave already bottomed and we're not still in the B wave. Okay, I find that quite probable that we are still in the B wave. Maybe we even get another low in the C wave in yellow. So please consider that. But we can really only confirm that if we see the market move below $1.82. So you have support levels defined here at $2.02, $1.96, $1.90, $1.82. If the market dips further and challenges those previous lows from the kind of last week, then this is likely the C wave to the downside. We can then watch if at any point here the market reacts, and any upside impulse could be the start of the C wave. You also have the next upside levels to watch on the chart. But if we get another low, these have to be adjusted. So it's really just consolidation between support and resistance. Basically noise on this time frame. And if one more low forms, then $1.55 and $1.33 and maybe even $1.29 at $1.21 are going to be next support. Really looking at the nanostructures, the market might start this move down soon. It could be that this is already a 1-2 setup. I'm not convinced about it because the move down is in 3 waves. So what we're looking at here is all corrective up and down movement. So as I said, it's just a holding pattern. There's even the last rally was only in 3 waves. So probabilities rather balanced, but you have very clear levels to watch if you want to trade it in one direction. I just don't see a very, very clear setup right now. That's the update on XRP. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.